Now, let me move on to this. All right. I'm convinced, and I'm going to say it right here on the show. I'm convinced that Diddy is being railroaded. Diddy is being railroaded. I'm convinced. If it was any other time that I'm convinced about something in this particular situation, I'm convinced today. Now, why am I saying that? Well, because of what I'm about to show you. So Diddy has some new charges that are coming against him. That's right. Diddy has some new charges that looks like they're coming against him. I woke up and saw this and was just in disbelief because it's ridiculous, of course. But hold on, give me a second. Let me pull this up. Y'all bear with me for a second. Let me make sure I get this going. My Instagram is tripping right now. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Trying to share my screen with y'all. Okay. Wi-Fi was just moving a little bit slow. All right. So boom. Okay. All right. Let me share this with y'all. So fair use. This is Fox 5. Let's listen to what they got to say about this Diddy situation.
About victims who are expected to come forward, and with that, more lawsuits as well. Fox 5's Lisa Evers joins us now in studio with what we know so far. We learn something new every day, it seems.
Oh, yes, a lot more coming out on the Stephen Natasha. We've learned from our sister station, Fox 26 in Houston, that dozens, perhaps as many as 100 new civil lawsuits are in the works against Sean Diddy Combs from coast to coast. And there's no telling how many may result in additional criminal charges as new victims speak out and more details emerge. Accused sex trafficker Sean Diddy Combs remains behind bars at MDC as his federal RICO case moves forward.
All right. So, yeah, this Houston lawyer is saying that it's 100 new civil suits. They're being filed against Diddy, criminal charges. And this is what got me. Plans to launch a phone hotline for new Diddy accusers. Plans to launch a phone hotline for new Diddy accusers. So it's 100 people. I'm sorry, not 100. It's 100 new civil suits that are being charged, that are being filed against them, right? And this is Tony Busby, and this is the same person that had the lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that whole thing? So yeah, let's keep listening.
So far, he's facing nearly a dozen civil lawsuits, but that number is growing rapidly. I spoke with Miami attorney Ariel Mitchell, who's preparing a lawsuit for a woman who claims she was sexually assaulted by Combs and another man at what she thought was a house party in the San Francisco Bay Area.
She was given a drink.
All right, so, man. So a hotline. Really? We need a hotline for Diddy? Y'all coming up with a hotline for this man? Like, if this doesn't feel forced, if this doesn't feel orchestrated, if you don't have any type of suspicion as to what's going on, I don't know what to say. This right here sealed the deal for me. You mean to tell me that out of all the people like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the different abusers and criminals that we have out here, y'all decide for this? Is that serious for you, for Diddy to have a hotline so people can call in and say, hey, Diddy did this to me? You know, all the victims, and they said like the people who are with Bad Boy or any of his affiliates. So you mean to tell me they can call a hotline and say what happened to him? Is that serious? Diddy is that much of a criminal? I'm not buying it. And I'm saying this here on the show. I don't buy this Diddy stuff. I don't buy this Diddy stuff. It already was sketchy with the charges and that indictment that's going in on him. But with this situation, they're making it look like he's just like, after some certain point, we got to be like, all right, now, damn it. Come on, man. Diddy is really out here for all these years doing all this stuff, so much to where he has to have a hotline. 1-900 Diddy for abuse. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it, man. I think that this right now, he's being railroaded for an agenda. And I don't even know if it's for an agenda, but allegedly with the parent company of the Diego tequila that he had, this is revenge from them. Because what's happening now, see, we thought that he was just going to fight the RICO charges. But even if he beats the RICO case, he has a bunch of pending cases against him to where he's going to have to fight all this off. That's how you get your resources drained. That's how it starts. See, you dogpile. This is what you call railroading. Even if you got one case going on, there are multiple cases that you just saw 100 new lawsuits going on. That's going to drain your resources all at one time to where you can't do nothing but submit. You can't do nothing but submit. And I just don't believe all this. Now, let me show you some more stuff that has happened besides the hotline. This was very disturbing, and I couldn't believe this one. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Here we go. All right, check this out. It says Diddy hit with 120 additional sex assault allegations. Some victims claim they were minors at the time of their incidents. Listen to this.
Industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world. The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. After vetting, we now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. And you should know, to the extent the clients feel comfortable, we also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. Now, before we discuss the nature of the claims and claimants themselves, let me comment on the large volume of calls.
All right, so they're saying that they were minors. I even saw something where somebody was up to like 9 years old. Here it goes right here. It says Busby says about 25 of the accusers were minors at the time for the alleged assault, with one allegedly being a 9-year-old boy. Busby claims Diddy lured the 9-year-old to an audition for Bad Boy with the promise of a record deal, and then allegedly sexually abused him at the studio. Another victim was 15 and was allegedly R-worded by Diddy and others at an NYC party. So let's look at some of these comments. 120 is ridiculous, and I don't believe it. Show me some evidence, because all of a sudden, what are minors doing at a Diddy party? Someone arrest their parents. Also, you cannot convince me otherwise that he did not piss someone off that's higher up. OMG, who did he upset? The Rothschilds family. I'm sorry, but you're telling me all of these horrific claims from people all over the world, and no one had the balls to come forward until now. See, look, this is the energy that we got right now. This is the energy, because this is ridiculous. So they're painting him out to be a pedophile now. And then this is also what's cap, I feel like. They're saying a 9-year-old boy who was auditioning for Bad Boy. When has Diddy ever had any young boy acts besides B5? B5 was a group. They were a group of brothers. But when has he ever had a child star? When has Diddy ever had a child star? They talking about he was auditioning and Diddy abused him, sexually assaulted him. I call cap, man. I call cap. People can agree with me or people can disagree with me, but what I'm not going to do is join in on this buffoonery. Like, all of a sudden now, and if it was 3,002, they said it was 3,285 individuals that came forward to talk about something, so they could make 100 claims, 100 lawsuits. This just don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. I'm not buying it. I don't buy it. Diddy has never rubbed me off as a pedophile. I don't know him personally, but that man has children. And I know you can still be a pedophile if you have kids, but he's never rubbed me off as that. And yes, if you're talking about him sleeping with women and sex parties, having sex with men and sex parties, all that, I get it. All right. He can be freaky, the baby oil, the beating up of Cassie. I get all that stuff, right? But now you're throwing all of these allegations out here now going into the pedophilia thing, I'm just not buying it, man. I'm not buying it. I think that they're slandering his name. I think that they're railroading him in order for him to be drained of his resources so he can't defend himself anymore. They know throwing the minors in there, see, because that's what people were critical about. They were saying that, you know, in this indictment, that he was coercing grown adults into engaging in sexual activity, which led to sexual assault allegedly and all this other stuff. But now you're telling me that minors are involved. Like, I just, man, nah, I don't see Diddy as no pedophile. I don't. I think that this is BS. I don't support it. And, you know, you feel free to express yourself, because people may disagree with me, but I'm going to be one of the ones to stand on business and say, I don't believe this. I just don't. And nobody can convince me otherwise. All of these individuals, and nobody said nothing. Nobody, from children to, nobody said nothing. Because what? Diddy was that powerful? Is that what it is? Now, no, men can have power. People can have power when it comes to money and stuff like that. But I don't believe that Diddy had all this money and just didn't have the common sense to not do something like that. Now, this is me, my opinion based off of what I believe. I do believe he has some tapes on people. I do believe he was violent, of course, with Cassie and other people. You know, not just Cassie, but you've heard about the stuff with Drake. You heard about the stuff with J. Cole. People feel like the whole he killed Tupac and had Biggie killed and all this, whatever. But this particular situation with the minors and the kids and stuff, like, I just, nah, I don't believe that. So y'all can let me know in the comments what y'all feel. If you feel like Diddy is being railroaded, I call it, and I call these allegations cap. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel about it.